Good evening, Stampin' friends, and welcome. Welcome to Linda's Stampin' Escape as we kick off Christmas in July. I know July's not till tomorrow, but why wait till the last minute, right? So hop on in and join me. It's going to be a festive evening as I share with you the wonderful products that they have in the Stitched Season Suite. That is what we are looking at tonight. So I'll be sharing the Stitch stocking dies with you, a Stitch Season 12 by 12 designer papers, and more. So glad to see you. We have eyes on us already. Yay! Hop on in and say hello. Deborah and Tony are waving. Hello. Hi, ladies. Karen has joined us. So welcome, welcome. I'm excited. This is fun. Just because it's about 98 degrees outside doesn't mean we can't chill with a little holiday festivities, right? Hi, Barb. So this is really excited. And I just got this on Friday. So I just started playing with it and it has a lot of fun in this suite. We have some gorgeous ribbon and it's stitched, of course, because we have a whole stitch theme going here, right? So it's a little silky and it's really soft. So it's not going to be hard to tie bows. So I like that because my fingers aren't as young as they used to be and not quite as nimble. So it's it ties really nice. It's very flexible. So I am liking that. And it is real red. So that's even better. Um, we have the adhesive. Come on now. They're adhesive back buttons. I love these. They are so cute. There's 45 of them. So we have white ones and red ones. And get a close look at there, my glitter gals. These have glitter on them. Aren't they cute? I just love them. And they're not real big. So they're going to work perfect on our cards. Okay, I'm gonna scooch my paper over here and then just gonna go quickly into the stamp set in the dies. We got some really nice verbiage in here, and of course, we got our little blocks for our quilters. Um, so it's all about the stitching on this one, but also really warm and friendly greetings. So I am liking that as well. Tony said, I can tell I already need this. I know this is definitely for my sewing queens and my quilters. You guys are going to love this. And for those of you who don't do that, you know what? Don't you know somebody who does? So I just love this. And it's got a stocking. That just twisted my arm, is that cute little stocking. And then, of course, we have cardinals in there. So, yeah, I had a hard time saying no to this one. But it also has, if you look real close at this piece here, I haven't played with this yet, but that is on my to-do list in this lovely 90 plus degree weather to play with because I have a little Norwegian in me. So this really kind of rocks my boat, so to speak. So I just wanted to give you a closer look at the dies. So here is the full die. Check it out. It is about as big as my hand. So that's pretty cool. And then we have an inner die, which has the stitching on it. So again, we're going to be playing. Now, remember, a while back, you guys, I posted a whole list of my classes, and this is my next upcoming class on, I believe it's let me just double check here, the 23rd of July, and registration opens tomorrow. So I will be posting this again to remind everybody. I'm going to have a morning session and an evening session, and I have a feeling this one's going to fill up fast because it has such cute stuff. Ugh. So it has all sorts of little quilty boxes here that we can play with. So I'm going to touch base mostly with the stockings today, but on the detailed one, I wanted to show you something really different that I discovered while playing with this. So I hope you enjoy. So that is our dies and our stamp sets. Let's take a look at our paper. And welcome to everybody else who joined me while I was talking away. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's take a little bit closer look at this paper. Okay, now this one is all little squares and it has the cutest stuff on it. And I told you, those little cardinals got me. But the presents and the trees and everything else is cute too. Flip side, perfect for any style card. You could even use that for fall birthdays or, something fishing, anything. I love it that if you don't use up all this paper for Christmas, you can flip it over and use it for something else. So here we got more birds. Look it. I'm hoping those are blue jays, but they're a little bluish gray, but they're cute. I love this paper. It is so pretty. Flip it. And we got candy canes. Here's a really interesting one. I'm liking this because my brain is heading in a different direction with this one. And I will explain that a little later. So maybe I should just keep that one out. Here we got some really cute background in our greens. So those are nice. I'm going to put this aside so don't forget to pull it back. And I love this one. Look at how pretty all those trees are. I don't know if I can cut this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet because I think it's pretty just the way it is. All right, I'm gonna flip that. And then we have a little, it's just like little dot patterns. So that's cute with this. And then I have a big quilt. I like this. I see this as a scrapbooking page. So you scrapbookers out there, or you could even cut this down. Look at that nice one in the middle. All right, I'm thinking. And on the back, we got pretty snowflakes. That. And then this one is again all them little blocks, and they are so cute. On the back of this one, holly. I love holly. I love that one. So look at these two here. Here we have the bigger ones, and here we got these little ones, right? So let me set this aside just for a second as I bring this in, because I wanted to show you how easy this one cuts apart. You line this up in your paper cutter right here on this edge and right on this edge, and it slices right down. So you can get this. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull that die back in here. So we're going to grab the detail one. Oh, they're sticky. Okay, see this pattern right here? This intrigued me from the moment I saw it. And as I was flipping through the papers, I'm like, man, I think that matches. Look at you guys. It matches perfectly. So if you slide this in your cutter, you are going to get this. Isn't that cool? And not only can you leave it as a square, but there are only 4 little points that you can easily tick with your scissors and cut into that smaller piece. And I'm thinking you could put them in there. Not going to pull this one apart because I'm using this one tonight, but as I was flipping through these, just sharing this with you tonight, this is what clicked in my head because I knew that I like this piece here. So I think we can do some marvelous things with patchworking. How do you like that? All these papers together. I just I just thought that was so cool. I'm like, okay, I'm sure Stampin' Up designed this way, but my head was not wrapped around Christmas quite yet. I was in Halloween last week, if you guys remember. So yeah, that lines up perfectly. And then it die cuts your edges out here, and then it still holds it together if you want to use it like this. And this is how I'm using this piece tonight. So we'll just leave our little stocking right there because he's adorable. We're going to move this and we're going to pull our paper in. So we have an A2 size card tonight, and it is 11.5 by 5.5. I'm sorry, 4.25. Good gosh, you guys. I have to start writing this down because my brain doesn't want to remember when I sit at the table. So, okay, A2 size card. I do have a mat, a little mat here, which is 4 by 5.25. We're going to set our base here. I did this so we'd have a tent fold. So just a little bit different than what I always do. And then we got this piece, and I cut 4 of those out. And this is slightly smaller than 2 3/4. So you need a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch square. And when I cut it, I actually cut it on that line a little bit over, so it might be a hair bigger than that. So if you guys are that precise, I would move that into a 1/16 of an inch. So it's going to be just a hair bigger. All right, so I'm going to take this and we're going to adhere this. I'm being careful because I do not want to rip this apart because I got my Stampin' Seal Plus here, so it's really kind of sticky. So let's line this up. And we're going to create a cute little quilt pattern here. Because of course I did a few extras, right? So we could make our little quilt. And what I'm going to do with this now is I think I want to turn all my reds out to my corners. I'm going to kind of set this up ahead of time and figure out exactly where I need to place this. And how did I get this guy on here? You guys. He can't be on here crooked. I just can't. Ah. I can make 100 cards downstairs in my basement and they'll all be fine. But I come on live and I'm crooked every time. Please tell me why I do that. Okay. I must want you guys to know that we're not all perfect, are we? Well, maybe in God's eyes, we're all perfect, but there we go. He's just got to take me as I am. Okay, so that's where I'm going with this. I'm going to put those in the corner. And again, this is 4 inches wide by 5.25. So look how nice that creates a pattern. I am going to put my adhesive on. I'm not bumping these up. I'm going to do a little less than a 1/4 inch border around here. Now, my ladies know when they come to my classes and my club members or even at retreat that there's always dimensionals sitting around. So even if I don't put them on my cards, they're there for you guys to put on. So I just tell them, hey, if you like them, use them. And I use them a lot, but not all the time. I don't want to make myself have to pay too much money extra for the postage, right? Yeah, how am I doing here? Am I going pretty straight? Oh, we got a nice house full tonight. I'm so happy. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Um, Now I am going to pull this out. This piece here also comes in our die set. And I am going to grab my greeting here. I didn't even test this out to see if it fits. Ooh, man. And we are going to go with real red. So I'm going to ink this up. I got quiet, sorry. I just want this to go on straight because I didn't cut in a extra one or stamp ahead of time. Oh, very good. I just see one little thing here. Let me get my take your pick tool. Might have stuck onto might be in the ink pads, which you got to worry about. And that is why I don't like baby wipes, because they leave stuff on your stamps and then it transfers into your ink pads. So always be aware that you could have something floating around on there. Okay, so we got our greeting on that. And that is going to go right there. Before I do that, I'm actually going to adhere this to the front of my card. Right, line that up. Got a nice white background there. I was going to do the old olive, which I backed my little squares with, but I decided that I liked the white and just wanted a nice, bright, cheery, Christmassy looking one. Okay, now I'm just going to set this here. And I don't know about you, but I really want to try this little sticky guy. So he's adhesive, so he's going to work. But I just want a button. Come on. Buttons go with sewing, right? And I'm going to pop this whole thing up. So Chris says, rogue fibers definitely get messy. Oh, yeah, they do. They mess up everything. They're bad, bad, bad. Okay. I know I'm going crazy with the dimensionals again. You guys know me. Abundance of them. Do not scare me. Get them all off? Yep. All right, so let's pop this right here. Nice and square and in the middle. And I took a little baker's twine and cut that. Now you could actually stick that through the little holes in your button. But I, for speed tonight, just decided to use my glue dots to hold that on. So Elaine says, how do you get those rogue pieces off your stamp set? That is a good question, Elaine. It really is. And I will tell you, as soon as I get my little bow on my card here. There we go. Cute. Yep. Yep. I had to have that on there. There we go. Just at least one little button, maybe even two. I don't know. What do you guys think? One or two buttons? Tell me if I should put another one on there. Let me know. And while I explain how I clean mine off, when you're looking at these, you have to be careful because you don't want anything that's sharp and can actually cut the foam on your pads. But I do use scrap paper once in a while. This little piece that I have here, I'm going to fold up so it's not so sharp as a cut edge. So this is folded. And then you can just lightly drag that. And I see like a little piece here, and that might be what I hit. And there, and you just kind of walk them off. So just take that little piece and walk off anything that might be stuck to your, and then it's on there, and then you want to throw it away where it won't get messy everywhere else. So, okay, I have a 2 and I have a single. All right, what do we got? We got a 1, we got a 1. So we got 2 singles and 1 number 2. So I'm just going to wait on that right now. Karen said, how about an old credit card to clean them? You know, that would work too. If that edge is not real sharp, and it shouldn't be because they are thicker, that might work really well, especially if you have a lot of them. If you have a lot of fibers on there, then something like that would work really good too. And it wouldn't soak up the ink. You could wash it right off again. So, all right. We are going to stay with this just the way it is for now. And I wanted to use the big one. So where did I put him? He's right here. So I wanted to use this one. And I know not everybody is into the reds and greens. So what I thought I would do is bring in the brand new 2026, 2028 in color. Oh my gosh, you guys, Gingham Gallery, it's called. 12 by 12 designer series paper in, let me do it this way so you get a better look. In the new in colors. So here's our peaceful pine. Here is golden glow. Here is crisp cantaloupe. Here is the hydrangea hue. And here is barely blush. So what is your favorite brand new in color? Peaceful pine, golden glow, crisp cantaloupe. Oh my gosh, Stampin' Up. Hydrangea hue, or the barely blush. Oh, that was hard to say. I am going to make a card with the peaceful pine and the full die. So here he is. Came out like this. You could go with the small ones, but I kind of liking the bigger ones for this card. Okay. And raise your hand if you joined me for the Halloween. Right? Because I introduced you to a amazing, let me see where'd he go? Embossing folder that comes with the Halloween stuff that I said, come on, you guys, don't just keep this for Halloween. This is an every occasion embossing folder. It's called Swirls of Magic, and I'm going to use it again tonight. Ooh, we got some golden glows and peaceful pines. Yes, yes. Ooh, I can't wait to come back and read all these. So, the Swirls of Magic embossing folder. Here it is. Oh, I got red ink on me. Not good. It is so pretty. I really, really like this. And yes, I loved it for my Halloween, but I think this makes the perfect Christmas one. I think anniversary, birthday, any celebration you can think of, I think this is perfect for this. So I'm using this with my stocking. And then, of course, this little die comes with it. And this is our topper. So let's put our little topper on there. There's a lot of things you can do with this too. Right now, we're just gonna use a little plain one. Leave our stitched showing, of course. And then they have holly leaves. Gosh, you guys, I love holly. I've got to tell you, I bought in holly sets because I had to have the holly, and then I really didn't even use it. So that's so sad, but true. Don't you guys do that once in a while? You buy something because it's like your favorite thing, and then you don't get around to using it. And you feel horrible. I got a lot of that stuff down in the basement. So stuff barely used. So that's a key little note there that you're gonna want to pay attention to because I said it once before. My loss will be your gain. So watch for something fun coming in the future. I am going to just put on my little holly leaves here. I like to work in pairs of threes, just like I do with most everything else. Keep those odd numbers. Chris says the golden glow looks exactly like her sit-upon that she made in Girl Scouts. Oh my gosh, does that bring back memories? Who else is a Girl Scout and made a sit-upon? Oh my gosh, that's like a while ago. All right, I think I'm gonna do I want it to stick out a little further or layer? I think I'm gonna layer this one. We're gonna go this way. There we go. That looks good. Okay, now when I placed my order, I put in an order for the 2026/28 in color dots. At least I thought I did. I did not. So I'm grabbing deer dots here. Um, they're not perfect, but they're going to match good enough for me tonight. Oh, gosh. I'm like, where are my dots? And I didn't order them. I grabbed the wrong ones. I bought last year's in color, so you know how that goes. All right. I'm going to get those all clumped up together there, but make sure they stay. There we go. I like that. And we're going to grab our little thing. Stylish shapes. You guys know I've been using that all week. All right. Where is my greeting? This is it. So it's sending warm wishes this Christmas. So let's grab our Peaceful Pine. These are the brand new ink pads. So there's the magnetic ones. So when you open them, it's kind of weird because this is now the top, which looks like the bottom. So I actually like them. And I think they ink nice. So I'm going to tap on that. I see something, and it's not from my ink pad this time. All right. I was using this for something else, so I think I might have gotten something on my ink pad. Okay, so let's ink that. And we're going to come over here. Line this up. Am I in view? No, not really. So hopefully I didn't smear that. Nope. Oh, good. Okay. I'll make sure to click on this and then always store it this way because that keeps your ink to the top. Jane says she is excited about the magnetic inks. Yeah, they're really nice. But I will tell you, I am going at them slowly. I bought the new in colors, but I am not replacing what I already have until I need to replace that ink pad. So that's just my cost-effective way of doing it. I don't know if you guys are in a hurry and want them all. That's that's awesome. I'm just looking at um we all want the new stuff, right? But sometimes we have to be a little more wary with our money nowadays. So I just decided to get the first five and then I'll work on the rest. Meanwhile, I keep buying new fun folders and product suites because they're new and fun to work with as well. Okay, so I just love this. And we're putting that right smack dab in the middle. I am going to add some dimensionals here. Jane says, right, she's going to do it the same way. Sometimes it's really hard to. I get it. I get it. Right now, I was talking to one of my fellow demonstrators. Oh, I wasn't going to pop this up. Oh, well, I guess I am now. Um, I'm too busy talking. And they have Stampin' Up! Has a contest going on now. And I'm like $40 away from my goal. But I am not going to put a $40 order in tonight when the new online exclusives come out tomorrow. So I'll hold off. I can do that. All right. Now I'm going to take this little cutie and I'm just going to tip him this way. He looks good popped up. Then I will just pop up the edges over here. Okay. My paper cutter's on the other side of the room, so cross your fingers, ladies, and hope I cut this straight. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, watch this. Instead of guessing, I'm going to put this where I want to. Hold it, flip it upside down, and then trim it. There we go. If I need to trim off more once I get my dimensionals on, then I can trim that off. Ooh, fun. I am going to put, let me see here, one more right there. Kind of hold that up. The rest of it's going to be held up here so I can just put a little adhesive there. Take these off. Yep. Here we go. And let's grab our take your pick tool and our little guys here. And we're going to use these to anchor our banner that we cut off. There we go. So we brought them in here and then we have them up here. And you could use anything you want up there. And I want to, now that you guys have been voting, I want to reintroduce you to these in colors. So again, this is our Peaceful Pine. All right, we get all this out of the way. And then we have a Golden Glow. Oh, what's on there? Goodness. And here on this one, I used golden metallic embellishments. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now we have our Chris Cantaloupe. Oh, and did I do something different? Yes, I did. Look at what I did. The So Swirly embossing folder. I actually did the next two with that. So I die cut out my tops and then I ran them through the So Swirly. So I got like a little swirly look on that one. Okay, and then we got our Hydrangea Hue. This one also went through the So Swirly. And then I just have the iridescent pearls on those. kind of shimmer that up just a bit. Are these still fitting on here? It's getting squishy up here. And then for my glitter queens, I couldn't resist, but I stole that paper out of the paper pumpkin, one of them that I had from a while ago. And I hope they bring that back this year. So that catalog should be coming out around September. But I used that with, of course, our classic rhinestones. And oh, she just looks so pretty in pink. So are your votes the same? Are you sticking with your peaceful pine, golden glow, or crisp cantaloupe? I mean, I would. These are all cute. And I just think this is adorable, not having to do these in traditional Christmas colors. We got plenty of Christmas in this one. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm a little long, little talkative today. So, but it was so much fun sharing this suite with you. I have so much more to share. We got the class coming up on the 23rd. That announcement will be out either tonight, but probably tomorrow morning, because that's when the registration for that class goes live. So Sharon says she's sticking with her choice. Good for you, girl. And Sandy's loving her glitter. Yep, I got some real glitter queens in my group here and I love it. So I had to make a card for you guys too. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back. We're going to have Christmas in July, but don't forget I've got some rolling waves I need to share with you yet. And of course, it's still Summerween. So I will have all sorts of fun stuff that's coming out with the new online exclusives. And that goes live tomorrow as well. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you soon. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.